PS Too Many Games.
Welcome to another episode of PS Too Many Games. This will be a somewhat mini episode because there won't be much outside footage. You'll see why in a second. So this is a bit of a strange one. So when I started doing this channel, I didn't actually think I was going to get mildly, well, not say mildly popular. I don't think I was going to get as many people subscribing as I already have. We're at 360 as the time of this recording. I thought I might get 100 inside a year. That's genuine. That's not me lying. Anyway, I did a video about 3 or 4 weeks ago, the list, if you remember correctly, the list where I showed what games I actually needed. And a surprising amount of you in the comments section came back and just said, I've got this, if you're interested. Long story short, one of the commenters, maybe slash subscribers, Dan the Dude 66, if I got that wrong, I'll put it underneath, I'm sorry if I got it wrong, offered out and they said I've got these certain games and I live nearby. Well, obviously I live in Norwich, which is reasonably nearby to where I live. So fair enough, so long story short, we got the chatting on Instagram. Not Instagram. Ah, for God's sake. Anyway, we got the chatting. And lo and behold, I basically bought a few games from him at decent prices. And this is a weird episode. I basically bought games from a subscriber, which is a weird feeling, but a really good feeling at the same time. You understand where I'm coming from? We'll go through those in the later part of the video, but I also went back to Lynn with Dan the Games Man about the same day. Reason I made a video for that by itself is because I didn't actually achieve much, to be honest. I got a couple of games, but nothing compared to what I did originally when I went to Lynn the first time, which was like 3 weeks before that. I basically went because I wanted to try my luck to see if I got anything different. And we did pick something up, but it wasn't anything spectacular. So there won't be much actual outside footage in this episode. This will mainly be an in the games room episode, as you'll see. So anyway, let's begin.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Right, before we actually get into the games, I'm just going to go through what's going to happen in the future. Simply put, I will be taking a holiday in the start of September, and hopefully I'll be exploring some CXs and other games shops in that region. Well, I'll tell you the region. Portsmouth. I'll be going near Portsmouth, Southampton. So hopefully I'll hit those CXs up while I'm down there. Also, long story short, where I'm living right now is quite an old. It's a reasonably old building, about 50 years old, and it does need some improvement. So, sometime in the next year, maybe next few months, if we get the permission, we will be doing some rebuilding and some slight extensions. Why am I bringing this up? Well, to do that, we will probably temporarily need to move into a different accommodation, basically, so they can do what we want. As you can imagine, moving all this could become a colossal pisser. So I'll keep you in track on that one, but if that happens, I will still be doing episodes, but it'll be from a different location. And depending on what room I get, yeah, some of this might go into storage for a little while. We're literally like part one of that plan. So that could be months down the line easily. So I'll just put that out there now. That I might have to start packing some of this up when I actually get a date of when we're actually going to be going ahead with our plans. But in the meantime, nothing's going to change. I'm just going to keep adding to the collection and hopefully still enjoy it. Someone asked me, do you actually enjoy doing this? It's like, yes, I enjoyed it stories immensely. If I didn't enjoy doing this, I wouldn't do this YouTube channel. I wouldn't have done this collection for the last 2 years. I enjoy the hell out of it. Do I enjoy the fact that some product games are ridiculously expensive now? No, but that's the ups and downs of being a games collector. This is what we do. That's a genuine. And I finally got the question. I've been waiting for from someone. It's like, why do you do this? Same answer. I enjoy it. That's why I do it. That's why I do these things. I enjoy it. Sorry, look, mini rant over. Now, let's get into the game, shall we? Just giving out.
Don't ask stupid questions.
So anyway, I mentioned I went out with Dan the Games Man again for Lynn. He's been holding on to this game for a while for me. It's nothing special. He got it from the Recycle Centre in Norwich. It's a game I don't actually have, so it's shuffle what I needed. It's a next generation tennis. Free gift from Dan. Probably cost 50 pence at CEX, but I needed it, so I really appreciate that, Dan. It's these games which no one keeps. These are hard to find, and as I said, I found it at a recycling centre. Bear me a second. Found it at a recycling centre, so that's a win. That's a small win. Incredibly small win.
I love to tennis rackets.
So no, as I mentioned, I went to King's Lynn with Dan. You might see some of the footage, you might not. Got 3 more games in King's Lynn, mainly from the CEX, because Retro Retreat had nothing I needed. Sadly. Yeah, that's a bit sad, because I like that store. Anyway, first game, and this might not be expensive, but it's actually a reasonably hard game to find, and I was playing the second. Real Madrid football, well, you know what I mean, Real Madrid Club de Football. So, with all these football club games that were released on PS2, in Britain, the rarest ones to find, shockingly, are the ones that are not actually British clubs. Obviously, finding Celtic and Rangers is hard, but anything like Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Hamburg, Dortmund, finding these games is very hard. So when you find one like this, you snap it up. And for £1.50, that's totally worth the buy. So that's actually quite a good win. I think I noted also on my gaming list, the club games are not on that list. It's one of those strange ones where they didn't include the club games, even though there's like 24 of them I've got to find. So yeah, that's a good win. That's a reasonably good. In-game from CEX Kingston again. Final Armada. Looks like a decent game. Looks like decent graphics, to be honest. It's a war game, as you can see. Robotics with laser beams. Never played it. Why give it a try? Yeah, I'll give it a try. It sounds quite intriguing. Actually, complete side note. I finally started playing the hack games. Like I'm playing Hack 1 at the moment. Weird game. Is it a good game? It holds. It's decent for an RPG, but it's a bit of a weird game. Having an MMORPG inside a game, yeah, it's a bit out there. So basically, the Hack series, you are basically a character who is playing a character in MMORPG. So you're playing a game within a game. Yeah. It plays well for its time. Would I recommend it? Yeah, if you like RPGs, it's quite decent. It's quite good. Decent voice acting. Decent voice acting for a Japanese-based game. Sometimes you can get games that are decent. Then you get some games that have terrible voice acting, like obviously famously Resident Evil 1, and even more famously Mega Man 8. If we don't get legal copyrights, I will splice some of that into this video. I promise.
What do you make of these?
These? Seems to be energy resources. But I've never seen this type on Earth. I don't know where this energy came from, but you cannot let it fall into Dr. Wowie's hands. You must recover all the energy immediately, Mega Man.
But where is Dr. Wily?
That's a good question. We may be able to locate another energy emission from the radar room. When we find that meteor, we'll find Dr. Wowie.
The third and last game from CEX. I've already got this game, but I haven't got this version, and actually this is actually nicer than I thought it would be. The King Kong Limited Edition. So basically, this is usually like a 50p game, £1 game, and I've got it over there. But this is the limited edition of Steelbook version, and actually, if I just take the sleeve off, this may look. It is actually very nice, like shockingly well made. A bit tingy. So what is the special edition? Nothing special really. But I think you also, if I remember correctly, yes, you actually also get the actual film, the actual mega opus film that was Peter Jackson's King Kong with serious. Yeah, it was awful. It was not good. Casting Jack Black in a serious role, yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. And I am a massive Jack Black fan. I mean, I like nearly all his films, but King Kong, it just didn't work. And obviously, he's still gone to be fantastic. I mean, Jack Black can do romantic comedies. He can do all comedies, romantic comedy, do all kind of films. He's a fantastic actor, but super serious Jack Black does not work for me. It never has done. If you disagree, you can. That's just my opinion. Anyway, we are now hitting to the half point of this video, which means random advert of the 90s. This advert is going to be actually Well, actually, it can't be a random advert of the 90s because the PS2 wasn't in the 90s. This is going to be a PS1 advert. So, famously, of those who can remember, when Crash Bandicoot came out for the PS1, Sony would mock Nintendo in their adverts, and you'll see in this one they pretty much did the exact same thing. Like I believe famously getting a Crash costume just go outside like the Nintendo American headquarters, just mocking them, that kind of stuff. Anyway, depends what advert I choose. Enjoy.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Pack up your stuff. I got a little surprise for you here.
Check it out. What do you think about that? We got real-time, 3D, lush organic environments. How's that make you feel, buddy?
Feel a little like your days are numbered?
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
You're hurting my elbow.
Is that Italian?
No, Bandicoot. It's an Australian name.
Actually, see, 90s adverts are just better because they had to try harder, simple as that. We haven't even got some of the British adverts yet. Some of the British games have some weird adverts and some weird TV programs to be pedantic. We'll get to that in the future. Anyway, back to the main event. So the next 7 games I bought all from Dan the Dude 66. And these are actually games that I've struggled to find. I really have struggled to find some of these games. So buying all 7 of these was fantastic, and I could have bought more, but it was a case of finances. I didn't have the money at the time, and these are the ones I wanted the most at that point because they were hard to find. First one, and the last one, thank God, Star Wars Super Bombard Racing. This is the last Star Wars game I need. You'll be shocked how hard it is to find this. It was shockingly hard to find. Another Star Wars racing game, there's quite a few of them in the late 90s, 2000s. Obviously, pod racing. This is pod racing! Sorry, that's actually from a YouTube meme video. Sorry, yeah, I can't do voices. Pod racing as a gimmick was kind of cool, but like nearly everything in the first Star Wars film, we're talking Phantom Menace, by the way, it failed. Obviously, you know what? It's probably not what I'd probably watch Phantom Menace more than watch any other Star Wars film. Mainly trying to understand why they went with Jar Jar Binks, trying to understand what they were thinking. Because let's be honest about it, it's not a horrific film. It's the fact it's a Star Wars film with comedy side relief that you don't need. Yeah, and too much politics. But yeah. It's an enigma film. It's one of those films. It's like the Street Fighter film. The Street Fighter film is so good, bad it's good, and that's only because the Raul Julia, who played M. Bison, was amazing in that film. And of course, when you think of Guile, the American badass, you cast the Belgian man that is Jean-Claude Van Damme. The British Cammy cast by Australian Kylie Minogue. Phenomenal casting in that. The sinus fell on my back. Cut.
You, the day Bison graced your village, was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
And we're back! Yeah, nothing. Professionalism does not exist at PS2 mini games. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Moving on. In the case...
Right, so the next 4 games I bought from Dan the Dude. So many Dans in my life, it's unreal. These are all from the same franchise. I haven't found one of these yet. There are 5 of them, and I got 4 of them on the same day, so it was a win. I do not endorse hunting in any way, but trying to find the Cabela hunting games is hard work. So, Cabela Dangerous Hunt, Cabela Big Game Hunt 2005, Dangerous Adventures, and the original Big Game Hunter. Combined all, you would be paying about 30 quid any CEX. I got these for about 25, so it's very good stuff. They are impossible to find, because I'm assuming being that Britain is quite an animal-friendly country, or a combination of 4 countries. We're not like the Americans, we don't like randomly shooting deer and bears. And it's not all Americans, but hunting is a rare thing in Britain, except the rich who hunt foxes. they're just a bunch of assholes. Fact. Oh God, I might upset someone saying that, but fuck it, I don't care.
What an asshole!
Oh, by the way, you might have noticed there's the odd extra language now in these episodes. That's not intentional, I swear. I'm just starting to be more relaxed in front of the camera. It might sound stupid, filming yourself in a random room where you're just looking at a door. Bit strange, it's hard to get used to it, and after about 6 months I've finally gotten used to just talking to myself, where you just hear the voice hitting back at you in your face. It's never not weird. But anyway, getting sidetracked again, yes, I'm very happy to have those games. Will I ever try them? Hell no. Yeah, I like deer. I mean, where I live, sometimes deer literally walk down the road at night. You just look outside and there's this deer casually walking down the road. They're cool. The only side note, they can cause some damage to cars, and I've come very close to hitting deers on multiple occasions. So that's the only sad note about them. Briskly moving on.
A deer! A female deer.
So the penultimate game, or second to last game I got from Dan the Dude, Spider-Man Web of Shadows. This is actually the last mainland Spider game I need. Why do I say mainland? I still need the Ultimate Spider-Man Ultimate Edition, the one where it's purple and it's got Venom on the front and it's just sexy as hell. I really want that. That's very hard to find though. It's not super expensive, but it's just hard to find. Anyway, I'm very happy to have this. Never played this Spider-Man, but I'm intrigued by it. Also, this also has like X-Men in it, like Wolverine, like Nightcrawler. So it is actually a game I'm probably going to try and probably going to see if I like or not. Most likely going to like it. I'm not saying I'm easily pleased, but if I like certain franchises, I will look past the bad sometimes. Like most gaming franchises, like Dynasty Warriors, right? I love the Dynasty Warriors franchise. Is it just a bunch of Chinese people just slashing each other left, right, and centre? Yes. Is it just complete button mashing where you press X like 6 times in a row? Yes. Is it very generic? Incredibly! Why do I love it? I don't know! I love it. I love Samurai Warriors. I love Warriors Orochi. I don't know! My best friend Scott for years has like been giving out the fact I love that franchise. Yes, I am part of the problem sometimes. It's a fact. Anyway, once again, briskly moving on.
This man is insane!
And the last game I got from Dan the Dude 66, if it's wrong, I'm so sorry. Teen Titans. Once again, that's a hard game to find. Also, Teen Titans was, and probably still is, a reasonably good cartoon. Obviously, you follow the lives of Robin, Beast Boy, Starfire, Cyborg, oh god, Raven! And Raven! Just pulled that out of nowhere. It was a good cartoon back in the day. Probably still is good. The new, I think like the chibi ones where it's all about the comedy, where it's ridiculous. Apparently they're really popular. I never watched it because obviously I've got that point where I don't watch many cartoons. I did watch the Superman Bros. Movie though, the one this year. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that because A, it's my childhood. Simple as that. But I'm happy to have that. So that lot cost me about £75, which is about just slightly less than CX prices. So I was still happy to get them. Very happy to have them. Most likely will buy from Dan again because he seems to have certain games that I really need and are hard to find. I prefer to go to shops and find them because obviously I like going places. I like filming, that kind of stuff. That's what I like doing. That's just the way it is. But I'm now getting to that point where if I have to, I will buy them from private collectors. I don't mind buying from eBay, but eBay in the last month or so, prices, well, not prices, what people are willing to pay certain things for has gone up massively. Like I used to get collections from Check the Disc, who's a fantastic eBay seller. People are now paying easily £2 per PS2 game, whereas 6 months ago, you'd be lucky to get £1 per PS2 game. So I don't know why that is, because certain games have gone down in price, but people are now paying a lot more than they were 6 months ago. I'm going to have to investigate why, but luckily most of those, I've already got the games, thank God, but it's yeah. The PS2 collecting for some reason has gone up it's gotten more popular in the last 2 years. Not because of me, I swear it's not because of me. It can't be because of me. But yeah, PS2 stuff is really starting to go up in price in certain things. That's just the way it is. Yeah. So anyway, what that actually means is that we have finally surpassed the 1300 mark. We're now on 1303 out of 2230. So that doesn't sound like a big thing. It is. It's taking ages to get out of 1200s. Just taking longer than ever. Obviously we're well over halfway now, because obviously halfway was like 1165 was halfway. So well over halfway. We're getting closer to 60% of the games that released on PS2 for PAL. Fantastic. The bad news is, for those who can do obviously the basic mathematics, we've still got over 900 games to find. Oh shit! And as I said, platinum games. The well's just gone dry on platinum, so I've not seen a platinum game I need for about a month now. Seriously, it's been that long. And we're just under halfway for them. It's been that long. Some of these platinum games are like incredibly hard to find. They really are. It's always the same generic platinums. It's always the Pro Evolution Soccer, or I'm not saying they're like boring, but there's a lot of Ratchet and Clank platinums out there, and they're good games, but they made a lot of them, and they sold a lot of them. Be surprised the amount of Hulk platinums you find too, and I've got them all. It's just got the point where it's like, get away, leave me alone. I'm getting sidetracked again. So, future plans for games hunting. Obviously, I'm probably going to look somewhere in Portsmouth, Southampton. I'm almost certainly going to, between now and the 4th of September, go somewhere again. Most likely Norwich, because for some reason Norwich CEX is getting some serious games that I need. Just turn up. Norwich CEX for actual games is by far the best one I've been to. Not the actual store, but what they seem to get. And obviously that's because they're a city, and the next city to Norwich, geographically, is either Peterborough or Cambridge, and they're not that close. So yeah, it's pretty much become the centre for game collecting in East Anglia. It really has. Also, Norwich is one of the nicest cities in the country. I'm just saying, it really is one of the nicest cities in the country. Another side note: one commenter doesn't like the fact I kind of criticise Great Yarmouth and lower stuff a bit too much. That's fair enough. I'm just saying, speaking an opinion, and yeah, we're all entitled to our opinions, and you're entitled to your opinion. But it's like, I'm not gonna lie. It's how I feel. Yeah. Lower stuff's better than Great Yarmouth. Simple as that. But yeah, it's how I feel. Norwich is a fantastic place to really live in. It really is. And I'm trying getting sidetracked again. Sadly, I will not be attending the Norwich Gaming Convention at the UEA this weekend. Working. Simple as that. I can't do it. Just simple as that. Any other gaming conventions will be coming up soon? No, sadly not. I don't know if there's any kind of gaming market that'll be near us in the next 2 or 3 months. If there is, I'll speak to Dan about it. But we're now getting to that point of the year where car boots are not so much dying down, but obviously it's getting darker earlier, that kind of stuff. My luck at car boots has been absolutely diabolical. And I usually like car boots, but this year, nothing. Nothing! Yeah, it really... I'm getting sidetracked again. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I do reply to all comments. This microphone, by the way, in the last video, you might have noticed I said I was going to burn that microphone. I did burn a microphone. There are 2 microphones. This is the second one. Yeah, I didn't film it, but I legit did burn it. It does no longer exist. Wow, that was terrible grammar. Yeah, I legit burnt it. I was that angry. I legit bought matches. I legit put it in my barbecue, and I lit the son of a bitch on fire. Cheap shit. If I ever get a budget for this channel, and trust me, the budget, if I had a budget, wouldn't be that much more than it is now, I would actually buy a decent microphone. But as you can imagine, most of the budget actually goes to the buying part, and not so much to the accessories part. I mean, I paid a staggering £3 for the blackboard, and that was that was just the way it is. Thank you again for the idea. That was fantastic. Anyway, once again, thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the other side. You might notice, by the way, we try to do at least 1 video a week. Sometimes you get 2. It depends what quality and how much content we've got. But I try to go for 1 video each week. And if we've got a lot of content, 1 video each 5 days. Depending on what happens when I'm on holiday, it may be once a week. and I may actually get Dave to do a video, because Dave collects Xbox 360 games. I'm sure he can do a video about what he does. But Dave is very camera shy, so that would be hard to achieve. Anyway, I'm getting started to go. Bye, guys.